we all have to look forward to. Senior Constable Tony Moore is in the studio with me now. He joins us every Tuesday morning. Are you going to throw a sickie this afternoon, Tony?
I certainly don't want to be working late today, John. It's going to be good, isn't it?
That is for real. Hey, speaking of policing in the Waimakariri, I know you get out and do crime prevention talks, and anyone listening now, if you'd like Tony to come along and talk to your group, he's more than happy to do so. From a policing point of view, though, I'm fascinated to know, are you kind of separate to the rest of Canterbury? Do you work in with the, is Waimakariri its own entity, basically? Yeah,
Waimakariri is to a certain degree. However, we can still call on resources that Christchurch has to offer, or, Metro. For instance, the dog section, whether it be general handling dogs or, drug dogs, that kind of thing. We run a sergeant and around about 4 or 5 on a group here in the Waimakariri, and now they work a 2-2-2 shift, so 2 earlies, 2 lates, 2 nights, and then they have their days off and rotate round. Now, during the day and sometimes over, there can be an overlap of staff, so we've got good staffing numbers. However, at night shift, there could only be a few staff around, so it doesn't take long for them to be tied up at one big job. But if anything else comes in, then Christchurch, can send units out to cover us, which is great. So there is always a police presence, available.
So on a day-to-day basis, our staffing level here, policing-wise, is pretty right.
Well, we always would like more, same as everybody else, John.
And a helicopter too, please.
And a helicopter, thank you. Yeah, well, look, that was just such a tremendous asset when we had it, and fingers crossed, one day we may get back to that again.
Yeah,
that's a great crime prevention tool, that one.
Definitely. So, Tony, when you go out and give these talks, what are some of the things you cover?
Well, just a general policing in the Waimakariri. I also like to talk about keeping things in perspective, i.e. the safety in the Waimakariri. Some people may think that there's a lot of crime going on, but we are really a safe community compared to stats-wise compared to Christchurch. We get about 10% of their crime. Now, the issue with that, of course, is in a smaller community. Crime can become big news, and then if you add that into social media, it can blow out of proportion. So I like to talk to people, about how crime is looking in the area, and of course how we can stop crime. I've always talked about how vulnerable our community is, being sort of semi-rural. People are still stuck in the 70s where they leave keys in vehicles or unlock vehicles in houses and sheds and all that kind of thing. So it's an education thing as well, because but we always talk about the crime triangle, and there's 3 sides to that, obviously, and it's one side's location, the other side's the offender, and the other side is the target. And you have to have those 3 things together before a crime occurs. You take one of those things away, crime doesn't occur. So I talk about that in a little bit more detail. There's lots of science behind the crime triangle. So that's another thing that I can talk about as well. And also go in and talk about scams, what scams are doing the rounds at the moment, how people can protect themselves, and just a general awareness, and also about when to call 111. Some people are very, very cautious about when to use 111. And
don't be, yeah.
That's right, yeah. So if it's happening now, if it doesn't look right, if it looks a bit dodgy, that's 111. And our call takers are really experienced, and they can triage calls, and if they need to, they can pop it through to the 105 line for the urgent stuff. But yep, we'd much rather hear about it right now if it's happening, and try and solve the problem as it's occurring, and find out about it, a few days later.
So let the call taker decide,
Absolutely, they're experienced, and they'll never get told off for ringing 111. So they won't growl at you. But really, it's it can be for something as minor as someone just looking a bit suspicious on the outside an address, just looking around. Perhaps they're a lookout. So if it doesn't look right, we trust the judgment of our community, and yet we'd really like them to give us a call.
Yep. Yeah. If it happened a couple of hours ago or yesterday, that's 10-5.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's 10-5. And those things we're looking for there would be, a number plate of a vehicle that they may have seen, a good description of the person, so that we can put that into the job, and it may tie in with something else as well. Yep. So big picture stuff.
Good stuff, Tony. Hey, thanks, mate. And just getting back to that social media point that you raised, there's a lot of kind of fake news out there, isn't there? Really, which must be frustrating from a policing point of view.
Extremely, yeah, because it just worries the public, and unnecessarily. Yeah. So no, it is. It's we don't want to focus on that. We want to focus on the good. Yeah.
Good stuff. Senior Constable Tony Moore from the Waimakariri Police. Tony joins us every Tuesday morning around this time.
Compass FM.